Hey guys, this is Jade. So I'm finally here to do my top 10 albums of the year after taking like forever. So yeah, I decided to just stick with 10 because I didn't want to make that list too long because I could have made it longer. So I'm just going to stick with 10. But I do have honorable mentions. So let's get started. So first, number 10, I have Tiffany's I Just Want to Dance.
Yeah, I just wanna dance the night out. 두 눈을 감고 dance in the moonlight.
I remember SM announcing 2015 that Tiffany was working on a solo, and it was rumored that she was working with, AMG, which was like exciting for me because I can only imagine the type of songs that she would come with had she worked with Gray and Cha Cha, but I don't think either she did work with them, they didn't make the album, I'm not sure. Um, but so that was definitely interesting, and it's like when they announced her solo, it was definitely interesting because with the success of Tan's I at the time, we knew that it was bound to happen that other members from Girls' Generation were gonna have solos, so that was a given, and I knew definitely Tiffany was going to be either after Tan or after Soyeon. Yeah, I knew one of them was going to have a solo after Tan. All these damn T's. So, yeah, it was definitely. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. So I was really excited, and after listening to the album, I feel like had the album been released in English, it definitely would have been like top 40 out here in the States because you can tell like with the artists out here nowadays, people like Halsey and The Weeknd and Bryson Tiller and Kalani and just other artists, they're kind of dark. And I mean that's fine that's the direction they want to go. But I feel like had Tiffany released that album, it would have definitely run some light over there, if you know what I'm saying. Something fun and bright and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's just how I feel. And I feel like I get like early Ariana Grande, and that's not a bad thing because I absolutely love Ariana Grande. Like, at least her music, her personality, uh, I'm getting used to it, but her music, I absolutely love her music. So I definitely get those vibes from Tiffany with listening to the album. But I mean that's just me. Definitely, you know, nothing too serious, nothing too sad. Just mostly the songs are like, like mid tempo, nothing, too crazy. Honestly, I feel like the album was mainly just like kind of like mid tempo songs, which is fine. Because I mean, you don't have to go all out and do like ballads and do like, these high energy pop songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can just kind of keep it chill. So that's fine. So that was it with Tiffany's I Just Want to Dance at number 10. And next at number 9 is Shiny's One of One. So, of course, you guys know I absolutely love Shiny. And, of course, when they announced that Shiny was having a comeback, I was so ready for it, especially after Jungyeon and Taemin had their solos. I was like, okay, I'm ready for a Shiny comeback. Like, I need a Shiny comeback. Especially how much I loved Married to the Music. So yeah, I was ready for it. And so the fact that when they announced that One of One was going to be like 90s influence, I was so here for it because I mean y'all know, I was born in 89, but I'm basically a 90s kid. So the whole 90s era of music at that time, like R&B, house, New Jack Swing is what I absolutely love. And the fact that One of One was going to be a New Jack Swing track, which I definitely love, especially the fact that Shiny has done that before with Sherlock. So I was all the way here for it. Now I know a lot of people really wanted um Prism to be the title track. I actually enjoyed One of One as the title track because, like I said, it's more like it's like a high energy kind of fun type of track. But that's just my opinion. Just the overall sound of the music definitely stuck to the 90s sound, because you know how sometimes when people say, oh, we're going to do this type of sound, but it's only for the title track, and then after that it's just some other shit. But Shiny, they really stuck with the 90s sound throughout the album, and I absolutely enjoy it because, like I said, that type of music is what I absolutely loved when I was growing up. So it just gave me just memories of just listening to, like, you know, artists back in the 90s, but it was just with the K-pop, artists. So, obviously it's Shiny, so that's definitely why I love the album. So, yeah, so that was number 9, Shiny, One of One. And number 8 is none other than J Park's Everything You Wanted.
Come meet me in the hot tub, girl. I'll bring the champagne and you just bring the body in. We can do our thing.
So, of course, with Jay, you already knew he was going to drop an album because he had said so last year after he dropped Worldwide. So we knew at some point this year we were going to get an album, and he said it's going to be in English. So I was already here for it because people have been dying to have Jay do something like a complete body of work in English for years, especially since the last time he done something completely in English was his first mixtape. Was only mixtape Fresh Air Breather, where every song was in English. And we was definitely waiting for something like that. So that was great. And then, of course, leading up to the album, we got songs like 2000. Now, I was surprised that the song was on the album, especially after the controversy it caused. Because, not really controversy, but like kind of caused some drama because of like rumors that the song was about Benzino's girlfriend, but I don't even know if that's even true. I don't even think that's even true, but I'm surprised he actually put that on the album. But you also got songs like Me Like Ya and Aquaman, and of course he put in All I Want to Do and Solo. So that was great. And so I feel like the album overall was kind of like a bit of New Breed, a bit of Evolution with a dash of Worldwide. You know what I'm saying? So you got your sex jams, you got your turn up songs, you got your hip hop songs, you got your R&B smooth jams, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically, you got everything that Jay does on one album, except it's, besides, how Worldwide was just straight hip hop. With Everything You Wanted, you got everything in one album, and you get a feature with Cha Cha. So yay. And honestly, I felt like Cha Cha should have been making records by himself a long ass time ago, because the dude can sing. But I guess Cha Cha just enjoys being a producer. But yeah, I mean, I just enjoyed the album overall because there isn't an album from him I don't like. And I'm not being biased, I'm just being completely honest. Like, I absolutely enjoy his music. Of course, I love the ratchet shit. Of course, the little sex songs he wants to throw out all the time. And of course, like, R&B, when he wants to sing to me and shit like that. Of course, I love that shit. But just overall, I really did enjoy this album. So yeah, so that was number 8 with Jay, Everything You Wanted. So number 7, we have Minnow and Bobby's collaboration album, Mob. Now, of course, when YG planned on when they announced that this album was going to happen, they originally said that Bobby and Minnow were going to do solos. So at first I was excited, but then I'm like, At the same time, I kind of want a winner and icon album. Like Bobby Minnow can wait, to be completely honest with you. But we all know YG was on his fuck shit, so whatever. So then they were saying they're gonna promote at the same time. So I'm like, is he really gonna release two of their albums together at the same? I just thought it was gonna be a badass idea. But then it comes to find out that they're doing solo tracks, but they're doing songs together. I'm like, oh, gotcha. So, of course, when the album came out, I was excited. And just seeing like the teaser pictures for Minnow and Bobby, I knew right then and there I was getting two different songs. Because just looking at Minnow's picture, it was just kind of like, you know, how he was like, side profile, and it was like kind of like blue and just kind of like, it was definitely different from the stuff I know from Minnow. And then Bobby was just Bobby. It looked like it was going to be like a turn up song, so I was definitely here for it. So when Hold Up came out, I absolutely loved it first listen, because that's the kind of song I expected Bobby to come out with, because that's just how Bobby is. Like that's that turn up shit, all that ratchet shit. I expected that song from Bobby. Now Minnow threw me for a loop. I did not expect Body to come from Minnow at all. Now I'm not saying that it was impossible, but just knowing of Minnow, that was surprising to me. But I absolutely loved the song. And of course the video was cray cray. And so was so was Bobby's Hold Up. But besides the solo tracks, I really did enjoy Hit Me. It was definitely just like a fun party record. And of course, Full House was like my ratchet song of the year. Because every year I have like this ratchet song that I get turned up to like all year. And this year was Full House. Absolutely loved it. Definitely typical YG sound with songs like just hit, like Full House was definitely your typical YG song. Definitely. But I absolutely loved it. And we got to see on the video. So that's like an added bonus. But overall, I really did enjoy this album from Bobby and Minnow, because honestly, like their rapping styles are different, because I feel like Bobby is more aggressive, whereas Minnow can be aggressive, but he can tone it down, especially how he is with Winner. You know what I'm saying? He can bring it back when need be. So it's just definitely interesting to see them two on a song, but it worked. So definitely enjoyed that. Okay, so that was number 7 with Mob. And now I'm going to do number 6. And number 6 is none other than my shiny bias, Jungyeon with She Is.
보이지 않은데도 특별해 상상을 자극하는 silhouette 적당히 불어헤친 듯한 해.
So of course, when SM had announced that they were going to release Jungkook's second album, well, his first full-length album, I was all the way here for it, because anything with Jungkook, I'm here for it. I don't give a damn if he's buying a song for somebody or doing whatever. If it's a song for like his radio show, I don't care. If it's coming out, I need to hear it, because like just his voice is one of, like, I feel like he's one of my favorite vocalists in K-pop. There's a lot of vocals that I absolutely love, but just his voice, I can't get enough of it. I absolutely love it. And this album definitely gave me what I needed. And just the album, just like the content of the songs, it's emotional as hell. Like it'll literally like throw you for an emotional roller coaster. But we all know that Jungkook is an emotional person, so you definitely got that with listening to the songs on the album, which I absolutely love. I mean, songs like Suit Up, Cocktail, Aurora, Moon, She Is, just all those songs. It's just I absolutely love it. And it's just crazy how majority of this album was written years ago, like 2 to 5 years ago. And I think only maybe like one or two songs were written like within like maybe 2015 to like early 2016. But majority of these songs are old as fuck. And the fact that he can take songs that he written so many years ago and release them now, and it just works. It definitely says something from for him as a songwriter, and he's definitely one of my favorite songwriters in K-pop as well. But just overall, just the album I absolutely loved, and the fact it's a full album, I was definitely here for it. Like that album has been on repeat the entire year. Like I don't skip a song. I absolutely love this album. If you have not heard it, I definitely suggest you do. Okay, so that was number 6 with Junghyun's She Is. So getting to the halfway point. So now we have number 5, and it's none other than my second FX bias, and it's none other than Luna's Free Somebody.
Just wanna free somebody. 느낀 대로 말해 tonight.
Okay, so hands down, this is like one of, if not the most slept on albums this year. And it pisses me off because how SM just straight played Luna. Now, I've been a fan of FX since 2012. Like, FX and 21 were like my top groups when I got into K-pop, and I've been a fan of FX since then. And I've been wanting a Luna solo, and a lot of people have been wanting a Luna solo for the absolute longest. So when they announced it, I was so excited because this is something I've been waiting for. I was excited, and then it comes out, and then all of a sudden, I don't even think like a full week went by. What happened? They announced Junghyun solo, and I'm just like, this is like 2015 all over again, when SM was just piling on these comebacks when it wasn't even that necessary, because literally SM, you had like the whole rest of the year to release these albums, but y'all just decided, let's just pile on like Tiffany, then Luna, then Junghyun, then Shiny, and then NCT, and then Red Velvet. I was like, really? Is it necessary to throw on like all of these solos like on top of each other? So that's another reason why I feel like Boa got played so hard last year, because they just threw on all these goddamn solos. But neither here nor there. I feel like with Free Somebody, I feel like this is definitely an album that fits her. And again, just like how I felt with Shiny's One of One, the fact that Luna came out with an album that definitely had 90s house influence, and I know it kind of gave me some songs that from Four Walls had kind of like that same kind of sound as well, with like Rude Love and Four Walls and stuff like that, kind of like that 90s house music. But what probably end up happening, they probably end up working with London Noise, because I know that they've done that type of sound with SM artists as of recently. But again, 90s kid, absolutely love that type of music. And I absolutely love Free Somebody. I love the video. Just that song, like I said, just gave me like 90s, how like New York club music, club scene, just a dance, not a nightclub, but just a dance club, just having that song played like every 20 minutes, just people just on the dance floor getting their life. Like, that's just something I felt when I heard that song. And of course, Keep On Doing is like my second favorite song off the album. Breathe, just the whole album was just so good. But again, definitely definitely slept on. So that was number 5 with Luna's Free Somebody. So number 4, I have Dean's 130 Mood Trouble.
Body cry, all night. Who cares, who cares, who? Jingle say, alright. Who cares, who cares, who? Body now.
Now, Dean is definitely my favorite solo artist this year. And I'm trying to remember how the hell I even got into Dean. I can't remember if it was Shower 360 or if I was on Tumblr and I seen the video for Pour Up. It had to be one of the two. It had to be one of the two. But I'm gonna go lean more towards Shower 360 because I know she's really into K R&B, K hip hop. So that's probably how I got into Dean. But just hearing how Dean is definitely, his sound is definitely different from other K R&B artists that I've heard, and the fact that his sound can definitely work in America, and the fact that he is working also in America is definitely different, especially like working with like Anderson .Paak and I forgot the other guy's name. Shit. But like songs like oh my god, I forgot the name of this song. But either way, the songs that he's done in America so far, I absolutely love because besides, like I said earlier, with the sound that's like dark, I kind of get that with these songs too, but it's not like as dark. It's still kind of dark, but not like really, really dark. Like not like The Weeknd dark, because you already know The Weeknd. Who child? The Weeknd is an acquired taste, I feel. So yeah, I feel like it's like dark, but not like super, super dark. But yeah, but just Bonnie and Clyde and 21 and Half Moon and What to Do. I absolutely love every single song, and I wish it was longer. And I'm definitely looking forward to more music that he's going to release, whether it's in America and or Korea. I'm looking forward to it because he has not done wrong so far. Like everything he's released has just been so on point. Even like his features, like being on songs, but like I said, Anderson .Paak and Hayes and Palo Alto, and then of course feature on Bermuda Triangle. Just I absolutely love it. And again, like I said, I'm so looking forward to more stuff he's going to release next year. I'm hoping he releases more stuff next year because I'm like jonesing for some new Dean stuff. But yeah, like I said, honestly, this album is definitely R&B, definitely that new R&B that's out here in America, but just in Korean. So that's just definitely what I love about this album. Okay, so number 3, I have none other than Vicks, and I decided to just go with their special album, the special edition album. So that was the 2016 Conception Current album, because with that I got all the songs that they released so far. So all the songs from Zelos, Hades, and Kratos were on one album. So
It's just a fantasy. Let's talk on another thing. Gotta need a body back to the people inside. My tragedy. I'm gonna kill you now. It's a fantasy.
honestly, with Vicks, I don't know what I can say more about Vicks that hasn't been said before, but I'll say it anyway. Um, I just love I feel like Vicks is just one of those unique groups. You know what I'm saying? The fact that excuse me, sorry to get some water. The fact that they're not from this huge company, and they definitely took a minute to pop off, especially coming out in 2012 with debuting with groups like BAP, EXO, and like New East and B2B and AOA and just a bunch of other groups that debuted 2012. It's kind of they kind of got lost in the sauce. But I feel like 2013 was where they kind of like had their chance to shine with stuff like On and Hide and Great You and especially Voodoo Doll. So I feel like Voodoo Doll definitely skyrocketed them. But even since then, everything they've released has been on point. The concept is so different. It's new. It's fresh. Because I feel like in K-pop, there's a lot of concept that just gets beaten over the head so many times. Just like how many times you want to see the sexy concept, the really cute concept, the hip hop concept, the the bad boy concept, or like the schoolboys, or like the schoolgirl it's like some of these concepts have just been done so many times, just revamped by a different group with Vicks. They always give you something different. I mean, they've been vampires, they've done Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, they've been voodoo dolls, they've been cyborgs, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like and it's always something different, something creative. And that's one of the things I absolutely loved about this particular album, was because this concept was they used mythology, Greek mythology, which you would not see in K-pop at all. Like, how many people would you do you know that would even come up with something with Greek mythology? You know what I'm saying? And in the fact that like the title tracks are also different too. Like Dynamite is more of a upbeat, funky type song, where Fantasy is more intense, hard hitting, and then The Closer is more like a slow R&B type of song. It's just, and then even like the non-title tracks like Love Me Do, Desperate, 6 Feet Under. It's just like, honestly, like Vicks can just really not do it, just do no wrong in my book, because everything they've released has always been on the money. I've always been a fan of it. Absolutely, absolutely love it. And this album is no different. And I'm really hoping that, when it comes to like the Golden Disc Award, that they win something, because I mean, just the overall material is just great, and just the concept that they've decided to come up with. And every time they have a release, I always think of like, okay, what the hell are they gonna come up with next? Because, and it's like no wonder why they're called the Concept Kings, because it's like I don't see any other groups pulling off what they've done. Like, and I'm being completely honest with you. So definitely why I absolutely love Vicks, and this is definitely why their special edition album was number 3 on my list of top 10 songs of the year. So we have 2 more albums left, and of course number 2 is none other than Taemin's Press It.
The pressure
So when Taemin released Ace, I was so excited, because Taemin was the first to have a full solo from SHINee, and I absolutely loved Ace. Like, Ace was one of my favorite albums from 2014, and so the fact that he came out with a full album this year, made it even better. And this album is just really good. And the fact that he was even able to write, Soldier was completely written himself, and I was really happy for that. Because I feel like we all know that in the beginning of SHINee, Taemin was just the cute maknae that danced. Like, he barely had lines. I feel like they was kind of like pulling like a Hyeon in the beginning. Like, okay, when they have a dance break, let's just put Taemin in the front. Like, he barely got lines. He was just the cute kid. But then as time went on, you can see that Taemin was really trying hard to show people like, look, I'm not just this cute kid. I'm not just this great dancer. Like, I can sing too. So when he came out with Ace, I know a lot of people were really just surprised at how well it was. And I knew Taemin had it in him. I just was waiting for SM to give him an opportunity. And that's what I got. And I absolutely loved Ace. And so when he was coming out with Press and the fact that it was a full length album, I was even more excited. And the fact that he worked with G Soul, Teddy Riley, and Bruno Mars. Like, I mean, I don't think he worked with Bruno Mars, but still, you have a song that was written by Bruno Mars. Like, Bruno Mars is a big deal. Like, I mean, like every song he does, it's just so good. Like, I never really heard like a bad song from Bruno Mars. So the fact that Taemin takes a song that was that didn't have the same title, was like Pressure Body or something. Definitely a different title, I guess a different concept of the song, and totally just change it up. Absolutely loved it. Just love Pressure, of course, Drip Drop, Pressure Number, Sexuality, Already, Guess Who, you know, One by One, just all of those songs I absolutely loved. And that song, I was on repeat, bitch. Oh my god. I feel like listening to it after I'm done with this video. But just the overall album is so good. I'm so proud of Taemin. The fact that he has grown from just, you know, just a cute maknae that's a great dancer to an actual artist. And you definitely got to see that with Press It. So definitely one of my favorite releases. Definitely one of my favorites this year. And again, I'm hoping that in the future, SM, you know, lets Taemin have more opportunities to write songs. So maybe Taemin can write a song for Shiny one day. I don't know. That would be nice. You know, why not? If he can write a song like Soldier, I would love for Taemin to write a song for Shiny. That would be, oh, that would be so good. Like, I'm really hoping that would happen in the future. But other than that, I'm just excited and hoping that SM gives him more opportunities to whether just write songs or just release more his own material in the future. Okay, so that was number 2, Taemin's Press It. And number 1 is none other than BTS with Wings. Now, y'all should already know that BTS will be on this list because BTS has been like, I've been obsessed with BTS all year, but I've been like loving BTS since debut. But just this year, they just been giving me nothing but fire, no pun intended. But this album is so good. It's so good, and the fact that everyone has solos is, and I feel like with this album, that yes, we're not talking like no eight song shit, quote unquote, that's a full length album. No, like they have like 17 songs. That's like some Drake shit. Like that's some J Park shit that like you have like long ass albums, but honestly, it's definitely worth it. Of course, Blood, Sweat, and Tears is definitely something different for just the sound is so different for BTS with Blood, Sweat, and Tears. And of course, we got another cipher. People have been wanting another cipher from BTS since like what, Dark and Wild? Yeah, because we didn't get one for the in the Mood for Love. So people have been wanting a cipher for like the longest, and we got it. And then we also got a vocal line track, which is amazing. But besides the group songs, honestly, I feel like one of my favorites are the solos. And one of my favorites will probably surprise you, but it's actually Jin's Awake. And I feel like Jin is like the most slept on member of BTS. I know there's a lot of people that love Jin, but overall, people just think Jin is just the handsome member. But I really feel like with Awake, it really woke people up. Like he does. It's funny because like pre-debut, like he was singing on tracks like when it was just like him, Sugar, and Rap Monster. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand like how Jimin don't. I mean, sorry, why I keep saying Jimin? Damn it. Jin doesn't really get that many lines in BTS songs. That's just weird to me. But I mean, at the same time, it's 7 members, and you're trying to give people. It's. I feel I can understand how it's hard to a point, but still. But I absolutely loved the Wake. I loved J Hope's Mama. I loved Jimin's Lie. But I feel like with um Sugar's First Love is definitely emotional because of course you think first love, you think he's talking about a girl, but he was actually talking about his first love is music because we all know how much music means to Sugar. So that's just definitely an emotional song, especially and including Rap Monsters, Reflection, and but just like honestly like the one that kind of like shook me was V's Stigma. Just because we all know V has like that deep voice, and the fact that he did this neo soul track which completely threw me for a loop because I honestly didn't know what kind of song Stigma was going to be like. But the fact that it's like this neo soul type song, and then he's just really like singing, and it's like that deep ass voice hitting these high notes, it really just like holy shit. Absolutely love it. And as I said, of course, I love the group songs, but it's just really the solos that really got me. Definitely. So, of course, everyone's heard it. If you have not, I don't know where the fuck you've been these past couple months, but you have to listen to Wings because I feel like Wings is like my favorite album from BTS. And that's hard because I love School of Affair. I love, the In the Mood for Love saga, but honestly, for me, Wings is my favorite so far. So that is it. That's my top 10 favorite albums of the year. But I do have honorable mentions. I have BAP's Noir. I have Ailey's A New Empire. I have Pentagon's first mini album. I have Winner's Exit E. I have Monster X's The Clan Part 2. And I have Big Bang's Made. Now, I have something to say about Made. I was on the fence with Made. Um, I'm going to be completely honest. I feel like this isn't my favorite album of theirs only because this album is just a bunch of singles. Like I said, I know I keep it all the way to fuck 100, but honestly, like, I love the songs. The songs is not the problem. It's just the fact that what I was hoping for was that I was getting a whole new record. You know, I've already expressed my feelings about the album, but just, you know, the fact that it's out now and just looking at it, like I said, it's just a bunch of singles. It's not cohesive, unlike their other albums. So I was kind of bummed that we didn't get a whole new album. But at the end of the day, that aside, I honestly really do enjoy these songs. I mean, the song I don't listen to that much would be Loser, If You, and definitely Last Dance because I do not feel like getting depressed. But other than that, of course I listen to Bang Bang Bang, Fuck It, Girlfriend, Zutter, Sober, We Like the Party, Baby, all those songs I absolutely love. Like I said, I just wish that it was completely different album with new songs, something to hold me over for the next 2 years. But this is the album that I got, so I'm not delivered it. But I do enjoy the songs, even though I have my issues with it. So I did decide to add Big Bangs Made as an honorable mention. Now, there is something else I wanted to add that I don't normally do. There's 3 albums that I want to add, but they're not K-pop related at all. There's 3 albums that came out. Well, 2 that came out this year. 1 came out last year, but didn't really pop off until this year. And they're from out here. So the first album is G-Eazy's When It's Dark Out.
Yeah, up and down on a Wednesday. Then we do the same shit the next day. The next star out the bay is easy. Yeah, that I mean for sure. Yeah, that I mean for cheesy.
The album came out December of last year, but with the success of Me, Myself, and I, the album basically blew up this year. I talked about G-Eazy before. I absolutely love this album. It's just a hip hop album, but it's just kind of, it's like hip hop, but it has like top 40 potential as well. And then the collaborations are so good, like with Big Sean and Kalani and E40 and Keisha Cole and Tory Lanez and Chris Brown and BB Rexa and just stuff like that. I absolutely, and like Too Short, just the collaborations I absolutely love. The songs I love, like Random, Me, Myself, and I, You Got Me, Everything Will Be Okay, Some Kind of Drug, just those songs I just absolutely love. And that's like my favorite from him so far. And I'm hoping to get more music from him come 2017. Sorry, I'm so damn thirsty. And another album that came out this year that wasn't K-pop related was none other than Beyonce's Lemonade.
Hold up, they don't love you like I love you. Slow down, they don't love you like I love you. Back up, they don't love you like I love you. Step down, they don't love you like I love you.
Now, I've been a Beyonce fan since Destiny's Child. And like when it's like her solo stuff, when we're gonna talk about that, I definitely feel like Lemonade is her most personal album to date. Now I know a lot of people, when she came out with the Beyonce album, a lot of people were like, it was like half and half. A lot of people loved it, but a lot of people wish she would go back to like Four or I Am Sasha Fierce or Beating. But I feel like with albums like Beyonce and Lemonade, she's at a totally different point in her life. And I feel like honestly, like Beyonce threw a lot of people for a loop. Me being one of them. The fact that she was talking about sex, she was talking about, self-image issues, and she talked about, and it's rumored that she talked about her her miscarriage that she had. If you do not know, Beyonce had came out with this documentary, last year, like around time, I think when she came out with the Beyonce album, and in the documentary, she had talked about having a miscarriage. And that's the first time she'd ever talked about it to the public. So no one knew she had a miscarriage. And a lot of people think that the song Heaven is about the child that she lost. And it's just crazy because watching that scene where she's in the studio, basically in the dark, and she's singing the song she wrote, that was the most gut-wrenching shit I've ever heard. That was so painful. And I don't even have kids, but I felt her pain. And I don't have kids. I've never had kids. I don't have any kids. None of that shit. But it's just, it really shook me. And it's like, it has to be difficult to lose a child regardless. And to think that, you know, you have this child growing inside of you one moment, the next it's gone. And it has to be the most terrible feeling in the world. And unfortunately, with those type of situations, there's really nothing you can do about it. But it's still fucked up. So, but like I said, that's just rumors. I don't even know if that's even true, if heaven is even about that. And she wrote a song about her daughter. So, and then it's like, come Lemonade, she got even more personal because she talked about her father, because we already know her and her father don't have the greatest relationship anymore, especially after him cheating on her mom and having another child outside the marriage and all this other shit. So her relationship with her father isn't like all that great, but she kind of talked about her dad. And you know, I think she may have been talking about like Black Lives Matter kind of and freedom, but mainly she was talking about her marriage with Jay-Z. And it got a lot of people talking. And a lot of people thinking, did he cheat on her? Is it true, the whole thing that happened in the elevator with Solange? Like, it was crazy how, like, Lemonade blew up. Some good, some definitely bad. But it's just, it got a lot of people talking and a lot of people looking like, you know, oh my God, like, how can that happen? I feel like people should not base their relationships on celebrities, because celebrities and their relationships are just like everyone else. The only difference is they're famous. But they go through shit just like everyone else. They go through infidelities. They go through, you know, trust issues and all types of shit in relationships. That's every relationship. Doesn't matter how much money you have. So I just wish people would not do that. Be like, oh my God, y'all relationship goals. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because you're going to have your shit real fucking heartbroken when such and such breaks up. But definitely, Lemonade was definitely a personal album. But I absolutely loved it. And not because it's Beyonce, but the fact that it's just because how personal it is. Because she didn't have to make an album talking about her relationship with Jay-Z. She didn't have to do that, but she did. And I'm glad she did. And another album that I liked, that I listened to a lot this year, was Ariana Grande's Dangerous Woman.
These friends keep talking way too much. Say I should give you up. Can't hear them no, 'cause
I've been a fan of Ariana Grande since she came. I didn't watch when she was on Victorious, but when she started her solo career, I absolutely loved her music. Like I said, for her personality, like her personality, I have to get used to, but just her music, I love. And I feel like with this album, she definitely matured, you know, more with this than her past two albums. And I absolutely loved it. Like, my favorite songs are like Horse, Dangerous Woman, Side to Side, Let Me Love You, Greedy, Sometimes, Thinking About You. Like, I just love these songs. I mean, she has a beautiful voice, absolutely beautiful voice. But I just overall had this fucking album on repeat all year. Like, ever since it came out, been listening to it like crazy. So yeah, that's just something different I wanted to do. Just talk about just a couple of non-K-pop albums that I absolutely love this year, and I hope you go give them a listen. So yeah, so this is going on. Holy shit, it's going on almost like 50 minutes. I'm so sorry, this is so long. But yeah, so I'm gonna end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry the fact that that video is like really long. I'm so sorry. But I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. And yeah, this is my top 10 albums of the year finally. And yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll see you guys with my favorite artist of the year. That's probably gonna be like my last video.